sitting here out of place, on the fence, on the ranch. Don't know if this is my home. I feel like I don't belong. My horse is my only friend. My fur color has made me an outsider. My ma and pa love my normal brother better. Can he do what I can? Can he feel what I can? I'm alone, alone in my home. Fate steps in and takes my paw. Everything is about to change. Oh God, how things are about to change.
The Unwanted One Part 9. Pictures by WappaLou. Written by the Furry Sith Lord. Katanos used a pair of binoculars he borrowed from the wolves to watch as the bodies of his parents hung from the tree next to their house. He cried silently and hoped that the bandits had enough decency to take the bodies down and bury them. So far, they had been left up as an example to not cross the bandits. Chase had been ignoring him for the most part, but he heard an offhand comment about him being a baby because of all the crying he was doing. The wolves, Rick and Roberta, had been trying to set up the barn to receive the neighbors. Rick was hopeful that the death of the tigers would get more favor for the boys. He hated using that angle, but he knew the young men wanted revenge, and he needed to try and keep them from doing something stupid. Katanos flinched as he saw his brother climbing the tree to cut down their parents. "You idiot! What are you doing?" Katanos gasped as he watched in horror as his brother pulled out a knife and started to cut the ropes. Katanos watched in horror as two fox bandits crept out, and one picked up a large rock and threw it at Chase. The rock hit the back of his head, and he fell out of the tree. The bandits tied his paws and dragged him into the house while Katanos watched helplessly. He thought about running to the wolves for help, but a thought occurred to him. The last time they did that, their parents were killed. Could he let his brother die in the same way? He decided he had to rush down and save him by himself. Katanos crept down towards his home, trying to not be seen by the bandits. As he neared the front entrance, he failed to see two foxes stalking him, and one picked up a cut piece of wood from the wood pile. It was normally used to feed into the fireplace at night to keep their place warm during the colder months. Everything went black before he realized what happened. Katanos' head hurt with the worst headache he had ever felt. He tried to move but could not as his arm hurt as they were tied to something above his head. He blinked a few times to clear his vision and saw that he was tied up in the barn. He was standing upright and his shirt had been removed, but he still had his jeans on. Facing him but still unconscious was his brother Chase. Chase was as bare-chested as he was. Katanos jumped slightly and was able to kick his brother. He did this a couple of times until Chase seemed to be waking up. "What happened?" Chase moaned and shook his head, trying to clear it. "That stupid stunt got us captured." Katanos yelled at him. Both brothers winced from the shouting as their heads hurt. "What are you doing here?" Chase grumbled as he tried to tug on the ropes to pull them free. "I saw them capture you and tried to help you, but they got me too," Katanos replied. "Why'd you do that, you jerk?" Chase asked. "Because you're all I got left. I can't lose you after Ma and Pa," Katanos said. "I didn't ask you to," Chase complained. "I know. Some things you don't have to ask," Katanos said. "You should have let me die. Then the ranch could be all yours," Chase said. "I don't care about that. It's you that I care about, you damn fool," Katanos shouted, and Chase suddenly bit his tongue, deciding to remain silent. They've remained bound for what felt like ages before Chase spoke up again. "So, what happens now?" Chase asked, and Katanos tried to shrug. "What happens indeed," the bandit boss said as he entered and looked at the two prisoners. This ends Part 9. We hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
Fate steps in and takes my part. Everything is about to change. Oh God, how things things are about to change.